Hello guys, how are you today? So today I'll be teaching us how to make a 1440-degree peplum. By 1440-degree I mean you're cutting 4 circles. That's 360, a circle of 360, which is a full circle, in 4 places. So if you are making a full circle, you know a full circle is 360 degrees. And if you're making a half circle, you know it is 180 degrees, yeah, from our mathematics. So to make a full circle of 1440 degrees, and I got the 4 circles by 1440 divided by 360, which is 4 circles. So my waist measurement is 36 inches. I need to divide my waist measurement by 4. Do you get? So that's 36 divided by 4, which gives me 9 inches. So that means that each circle would have a measurement of 9 inches. Yeah. So the next thing now is to get the radius. So I'll know what radius I'll be measuring out on my fabric in order to get a perfect circle, a circle of 360 degrees. So now to get the radius of each of the circles, we all know that the radius of a circle, a full circle, is the circumference divided by 2 pi, and we know that the pi from mathematics is 3.14. so 2 pi, 2 times the pi, which is 3.14, is 6.28. okay, so now, like I said, to get the radius, my waist measurement, yeah, for one of the circles is 9. So because I'll be making 4 circles, you know, I'll have to join those circles together. Okay, so I'll be adding 1 inch to it, which gives me 10. So 10 divided by 6.28 gives me 1.59 inches. So the radius I'll be measuring out on my fabric is 1.59 inches. Okay, so because of this one that I have added, by the time I cut up the circles, I'll be showing you that by the time I cut up the circles and I join them together, I'll still have the radius, I'll still have my waist measurement to be 36.9. But if I don't add this 1 inch allowance, if I don't add it, and I just cut out 9 divided by 6.28, by the time I join the circles, the waist measurement will be short. It won't be up to 36 inches anymore. Okay, so now how do I fold my fabric? That's a question that most people ask, so that you don't waste your fabric. At least to fold your fabric, since you're making a perfect circle, yeah, we'll be adding the radius we got earlier, which is 1.59, to the length of the peplum that you want. I want the length of my peplum. I'm actually making a double layer. The first layer will be 9 inches and the second will be 11 inches. But let me explain with the first layer. So the radius that we got earlier is 1.59 plus 9 inches, yeah, which is the length that I want. Okay, it's 10.5. So now I'll be folding my fabric in a way that the length and the breadth will be 10.5. okay, so now I'll show you how to fold using this 10.5, yeah, and then how to cut out both the radius and the length. So guys, for my measurement here, I said we'll be needing 10.5 inches, yeah. So this is the fabric I'll be using. I'll measure 10.5 inches from here. That's the least that you can measure out, okay? But because this is the self edge, I don't want this part to show, so I'll be measuring my 10.5 inches from above the self edge, yeah. Let me do 11. So 11 inches up to this side, and then I'll be measuring 11 inches as well here, from here to here. Okay, so this actually gives us a clue on how to fold the fabric. So now I'll be folding the fabric into 4. Okay, so first, so I will fold from here to here. So if I measure from here to here now, it should give me 11 inches. You see, 11 inches. Okay, so after folding from here to here, you know, this is the 11 mark inch, this is 11 inches, and this is 11 inches. Yeah, and then I'll also be folding from here, yeah, to here. This is 11 inches, this is 11 inches, so I folded 11 inches in 4 places actually. So if you look at it, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, so this is 4 layers of 11 by 11 inches. So the next thing I'll be doing is to measure out my radius from this corner. Yeah, from this corner I'll be measuring out my radius. My radius is 1.59. yeah, so I'll be approximating that to 1.5, 1.5, and I'll connect. Okay, and remember I said to get the length of the peplum, yeah, so that you don't start marking from here, from our radius, because it may not be accurate. Yes, so I said you should add 9 inches, which is the length that I want, plus 1.5. It's actually going to help me to be able to mark, so I'll be able to mark from this point instead of here. So 9 plus 1.5, that's 10.5. so now 10.5 here. I'll actually measure 10.5 round. If you don't want your peplum to be as full as 1440 degree, you may just use the 360 degrees. That'll be your waist divided by 6.28. If you want it to be twice as full, your waist divided by 2, and then you do the mathematics just like we have done. Yeah, and if you want it to be very full, just like what I'm doing now, yeah, your waist divided by 4, and then whatever you get divided by 6.28. Okay, so now I've gotten the radius, the measurement, so I'll be cutting out. So before I cut out, I actually want to show you something. I will not be cutting out on this 1.59 mark directly, yeah, because if I cut out at this point, this exact mark here, if I measure around, it's supposed to give me my exact waist measurement plus the seam allowance that I added, which was 1. So I'll be cutting 0.5 inch, which is half an inch above that line. That is because, you know, I'll be joining this peplum to something, so the sewing allowance is a 0.5 inch. Yeah, so that by the time you join it, your waist measurement will still be what you want. But if you join it at this point, yeah, your waist measure, it will, if you cut it at this point, that means you'll be joining somewhere around here, which is below the radius that we measured. So at the end of the day, you have a waist measurement that is more than 36 inches, which is what you're working with. I hope you understand. So now I'll be cutting this out. Remember I said I'll be cutting 0.5 inches above the radius, and then I'll be cutting at this exact point here. Circle. This is a circle. I'll be cutting 4 of this. You know, I divided my waist into 4, so I'll be cutting 4 of this. So at the end of the day, yeah, what I'll be doing is, after cutting 4 of this, I'll cut out the lining just the same way as this, and then I'll cut the stay, because I'll be putting an interfacing so that the peplum will come out well shaped. It will be full. Yeah, I'll be cutting the interfacing and then the stay. Sorry, I'll be cutting the interfacing and the lining just the same way as this. Okay, so remember I said I want a double layer peplum. Yeah, so what I'll be doing actually, so that after cutting 4 of this, the next thing I'll do to cut the next layer, yeah, okay, this is 9, yeah, I want the longer one to be 11, so I'll be increasing the length of this fabric. You know, we did 10.5, we did 11 here, so I might just make it 13 length and breadth. Yeah, I'll measure 13, fold it just like we have done, just like we did earlier, and then I'll put this to get the exact radius, because I want the radius to be the same. Yeah, the only thing I'll do is that I'll increase the length. So this is 9. Yeah, I'll just add 2. Yeah, I'll be increasing the length. I'll add 2 to the length of this, which will be somewhere here. Yeah, and then I'll cut out. Okay, so I'll be cutting all the head pieces actually. Yeah, 4 of the shorter one, 4 of the longer one, and then the interfacing and the lining, and then I'll be showing you. Okay guys, so I've cut 4 of each of the layers. Yeah, this is the shorter one, length of 9. Yes, 1 2 3 4, and this is the longer one, the length of 13, the length of 12, sorry. So this is not 3 inches shorter than this. I've also cut the lining. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to iron the fusible interfacing. I actually bought a very hard interfacing. I'll be ironing it on the fabric. Yeah, so I'll show you how to do that now. Okay guys, so I already ironed one of the circles on the interfacing. So what I did was this. You spread it out. This is the interfacing. It's a very hard one. It's fusible as well. This is the fusible side. So you glue the left side of your the circle onto the interfacing, and then you press it. Okay, don't iron, don't move back and forth, just press it so that the glue on the interfacing will transfer to the circle, yeah, to the fabric, which is what I did here. You see, so after doing this, now you're going to cut round. You're going to trim round the circle. Okay, so you see this is the circle. So I'll be cutting open the circle, okay, because we'll be joining the 4 together. Okay, the 4 for the first layer, we join it together. The 4 for the second layer, we join it. So I have to cut it open, yeah, so that I can join the circle together. So I can see the crease here. Okay, so I can cut it open at this end. So this is what I'll be doing for the 4 of them. Okay, so after doing all of this for the 4, after cutting everything open, putting the interfacing and cutting it open, I'll be joining them all together. The first layer, 4 of them, the second layer, 4 of them. Also the lining, I'll cut it open. Don't put the interfacing on the lining, it's just on the fabric. So you cut the lining open and join it together. Okay, so after joining the lining and the circles together, yeah, so we'll be joining the lining to this circle. Okay, so you see our peplum is already forming. Okay, so imagine if I join 4 of these together. Imagine if I join 4 of these together. Yeah, you see how wavy it's going to be. Okay, do you see how it's going to be? So it's going to come out nice. Okay, so after joining everything together, I'll come back and show you what the peplum looks like. Thank you. So after joining the peplum, this is what I have. Okay, I told you it's actually double layer. So this is it. This is the first one. This is the shorter one, and this is the long one. You see how beautiful it is and how full it is. Yeah, and you see it's actually standing. So you can imagine when I join this to the bodies. Yeah. So what I did was to sew the lining. What I did was to sew the lining to the fabric, yeah, which is what you can see here. That's the right side of the lining facing the right side of the fabric, and then I sewed the down part, the bottom part here, and then I top stitched. I hope you can see. And then I top stitched on the lining so that it can stay in place. Yeah, so now I've ironed it, and then I used pins to hold the 2 layers together. Yeah, so the next thing is to attach it to the bodies, and then I'll show you the outcome. Okay guys, so this is what the blouse looks like. You see how beautiful it is, yeah? So you know it's double peplum, 1440 degrees, yes. And then I also made the fascinator. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you. Bye.